Hello? Hello? I should just fly this to the location. Who needs the bus? Oh, hold on. Let me get the location marked on the map. Over here. All right. Engines engaged. Oops, I covered up my YouTube chat. What's up, Spider? I can still see your chat at the bottom, but I need to move a window out of the way. You can see it better. I want to try to add a few more thrusters to this to try to make it go a little faster so it feels a little more like zippy. But this works. Yo, Valentino, welcome in. Barrel roll. Barrel roll. Backflip. We're flying the spaceship to the Hayamura village that I'm working on. My day's going pretty well. Pretty darn well, if I do say so myself. How's everybody else doing? We chilling, we chilling? Target acquired. No, just kidding. It's the last thing I want to do is blow it up. See if I can land it up here. Nice. Oh. Huh. It's not the easiest maneuverable vehicle in the world, but... Oops. I want to back up a little bit. I just don't have reverse on this thing. It's like the one control I don't have. Oh, that kind of reverses it. Using that one. There we go. Park it in the bushes so nobody sees. Why you waste your time without point? I think that comment is more of a waste of time than any waste of time I've ever had. But go on. Or are you just talking about me flying here instead of bussing? It's never a waste of time if I get to show off cool stuff. All right, let's get to work. Boom, boom, boom. Wouldn't want to waste any time. I kid. Yeah, let's do those on the ends. So we're gonna do, I think we just need 2s there, and then we go in, do the long ones, and then that should leave room for one of those. And we'll do the same thing over here. Little guy. Little guy. Big one. Big one. Medium one. What's new since Star Wars? Not a whole lot, but for me personally, I am just getting started on a. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Ryumura City. It's the new, one of the newest building kits available right now. I'll show you. It only comes with one prefab, which obviously I'm custom building anyway. But I usually like to take a inspiration from the prefabs. So I'm starting with just something. You got to start somewhere, right? And then you kind of just you get the flow going. Who still plays LEGO Fortnite? Me and like few 100,000 people. Now it doesn't get hundreds of thousands of concurrent players. It usually gets about 20K to 30K concurrent. But you got to realize that that converts to like a total player base of at least like probably 100,000, I would imagine, because you got to remember concurrent just means at the exact same time. So that means the 20,000 players that are on in the morning are probably pretty different from the 20,000 players that are on middle of the day, and then the 20,000 players that are on at the end of the day, and then not everybody plays every day. So maybe every other day, maybe just a couple times a week after work, whatever it is. So you can't use concurrent as like the end all be all number of a player base. And to that point also, I hope everybody just enjoys things they enjoy without worrying about how many other people are also enjoying it with them. Because at the end of the day, that's life. I mean, it like, if you enjoy pickleball, like, do you care how many people are on the court other than the court you're playing on against other people? Like, if you're having fun in that moment with the people you're playing with, you could be the only person on earth playing pickleball. And would that be invalid? No. There's all sorts of niche interests, you know what I mean? And that's what LEGO Fortnite is. It could be better, and it is getting better. It could, you know, bolster more numbers one day, as it did. But I hope that most people just out there enjoy what they enjoy without worrying about what other people think. And that's me, so. I mean, it's still Ninjago. That's the thing, is every addition to this game is just that. It's an addition, not a replacement. So, like, right now, I'm, like, technically on, and this is just a sandbox world for doing some side projects while because right now, also, my expert world is so old that it gets very laggy very easily. So it's been a little bit discouraging to try to build larger projects like I usually do over there on expert, whereas sandbox gives me the ability to kind of just cruise through builds a little bit faster than I normally would. But I do prefer building in expert mode. Why can't I finish a building in LEGO Fortnite February? Sometimes with the build, like the prefabs, you got to have like connect. Like, so if you're on a part where you're building like a large floor, sometimes you have to start from the edges and work your way in. Otherwise, the pieces on the middle that you're trying to place might not have an actual attachment point until you do the edges. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm not going to worry about too much extra detail here. I would rather start on some sort of building here. So let's go to our walls and let's see what we got, because I haven't built with this stuff yet, but we do have a good amount of variety in colors to make this all pop. So let's see, we've got some choices. I kind of like the idea of making this building like 1.5, because this is like a half wall. So like I could put like a ramp there. I wonder if there's any, I don't think there's any railings or anything that go along with this ramp, so I might avoid using the ramp for now, at least in this spot. Yo, thank you for all the follows, guys. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Yes, the Lego Pass I buy every season. And I also, aside from, I still need to pick up the Tomato Head Lego set, which gets you a code. I think it's for like one decor piece that comes with that set for a digital code, so I'm not missing out on much there. But otherwise, other than the airship, which I did miss out on only because my world was bugged, I guess I should have just started. And that's my, does anybody know if the airship quests, these ones, was that only per world that you got the pieces in? Or was that like account wide? I think it was only per world. So on my expert world, the beast from beneath and the airship were bugged. I couldn't find them. They were not appearing on my map, and I searched everywhere even. So unfortunately, I did miss out on those airship parts. I still have the battle or the Lego Pass airships, which are different from the airship quest parts. So those are technically the only building parts in existence that I'm missing. Otherwise, right now I'm filtering by Ryumara, so you're going to see a lot less right now. But if I were to clear the filter, I mean, just look at how many walls I have from all the different... These are just walls from all the different kits across the years now from all the different Lego passes. I'm not about a third of the way through now. Moving more. We're almost halfway through. Just the walls. There we go. We're about 2/3 of the way through the walls. But yeah, so I have like literally everything. Here, let's get to the whole bottom of the list. Why don't we just finish it off? Boom. But right now, I'm not exclusively using Ryumura pieces, but that's like the base of the whole, like, you know, the whole build. So let's see. We're going to do some experimentation. Let's start with a purple building. I really like the look of that one. So we'll do a purple build here. This one's going to be quite small. But we'll go like right about there. And then let's see what we have for... Let's see if supports or anything in here is like colorful like that. No, they're mostly like gray and brown for those. But we should have like these walls to use. I'm looking more for like, yeah, corner pieces like that. So let's do this. Actually, we want to make this a little bit wider of a building. So where are my other walls? Let's go with that. That should leave us room. And then we'll go back to the piece I was just using, which is this one and this one. And then we go back to our walls, and there was a piece that I saw somewhere. This one, or we can do this one. Both of these work. I think this one's a little more in tune with the color that we're going with, so we'll use those. Also, dude, everybody, if you care, if you don't mind, I did start my stream on Twitch, just making sure. But if you go onto the LEGO Fortnite subreddit, everybody should go on there and upvote my recent post about we need to be able to have weather, like we need to, at least in Sandbox, we need to be able to go to settings, and there needs to be weather controls. Because, like, maybe they need to figure out a different way for the other modes, like in-game items or something like that I mentioned in my post. But go upvote my Reddit post so hopefully the devs can see it. I would love some sort of bar on one of these options to be like rain, on, off, or natural. Like it naturally occurs like it normally does. But I would love the ability, at least in Sandbox, to be able to just turn rain off. And additionally to that, I would really like it if there was another setting to just control the time of day. Like, so there would be like a slider bar here. You could make it like morning, afternoon, evening, night, dusk, dawn. Like at least like 3 to 5 different options. And then you could lock in that time of day. So that way, like the sun would literally, like if I was building this, like it would be ideal for me if the sun could just stay right around here, or like right around where noon would be. So that way I don't have to like constantly sleep. Because when I'm building, I like to, you know, it's hard to see these dark purples. You might not even tell that this is purple. It might even look black in this light. But I would very much like them to add day and night controls at the very least. And then weather controls too. All right, we got that wall that's in the same color. Oh, wait, was I using interior? No, these are windows. Okay, I was just making sure they weren't exterior. Because I think here we go with like this type of thing. And then it probably... Let's see. No, we can make that go back a little further. Let's see if that might be too much, though. Yeah, it's gonna, like, be right at the butt end. So... yeah, let's just do... this guy. And you know what? Let's move it back even, and then it'll take a second, but I'm just gonna bump up the whole build. Because I want a little more room up front if I want to add like some sort of balcony or something. So there, got my recents here, there, and then this guy, the door. Back to this, back to that. And back to that. And then we can do the same thing over here. Give me that guy. Boop. Give me that one. Boop. And it gives me a little less room on the back, but I'm fine with that for now. So we're going to do the same thing. And I might change this up a little bit, but we're just getting our kind of baseline going here. So back here, we'll use this. And then, oh, that's exactly perfect. That's exactly what I need. So left side, so I'm not in the way. I think I like that. Boom. I think I like that quite a bit. Now I just need to make it daytime because I think it's doable now. Make it easier. What's up, Dub? How long have you been playing LEGO Fortnite? Literally since it came out. On December 8th, 2023. Oh, so Endgame, there's like... now there's like essentially... I don't want to... because I don't think the Shatter Dragon is currently available to fight anymore, but I believe that's something they're going to bring back periodically to go through the portal and fight that dragon. But technically you still have the Storm King that you can fight by doing the Storm Chaser type villages or Storm Chaser quest line and progressing through that. So he's like kind of like the current big bad end game boss. But as this game comes out with more updates over the months and the years, we're only going to get more of those types of bosses. So right now I would say Storm King is the big main bad guy. But on top of that, on Ninjago Island, you also have the ice dragons, the fire dragons, and then I believe the Onis are still in. I don't think those got taken out. I think it's just the Shatter Dragon that was like a limited time boss. But again, I believe they are going to continue to bring that back. All right, let's see. Gonna be a lot of trial and error here because, again, this is my first time building custom with these parts. So it's going to be just more so learning the what pieces I have available and such. Part of me likes the new snapping system. Part of me doesn't. It's easier, but then there's some. Like, I guess I'm just not used to it yet, which is a little more accurate. Let's see. Do I like that? I do like that. Switch it up a little bit. Yeah. Because then I get pink and pink connecting there, and I get some more pink. Hey, one sec. Sorry. Had to let Heather in the door. I forgot I've locked the big deadbolt that you can't unlock from the outside. Scared me because the dog started barking. And then I also kind of wanted to do some sort of balcony because in the prefab, they've got... Let me see how they're doing some of their stuff here. Yeah, there's like... I can hardly see it here. I'm trying to look at different pieces they have for... What's it called? Oh, it's this thing they're using. See, like, I think that would end up looking nice, even if it's just a little bit of an overhang, like nothing crazy. Because we have these pieces, those, and then we also have fences. Let's see. What can I add on top of there? I wish there was shorter ones of these. But that's not a huge deal. Because otherwise... Yeah, again, these don't come in shorter variants. So one thing about the build kits I wish they expanded on, because usually they only give you pieces that they use in the prefab. But then that kind of, like, if you're not building the prefab and you're doing custom stuff like this, you're kind of limited to, like, I wish this came in at least a 2x8x6 instead of just a 2x16x6. It would make things a little bit easier. But what else can I add to the top of this? There has to be something. Let's see. Sometimes there's oddball pieces you can use instead. Oh, see, I can like put some plants up here. These are kind of large, but I wonder if like something like that up there, if I did some sort of like modest floor here. Oh yeah, we can just add some of these blue pieces. Like that? Yeah. And then, wait. I'd probably bring that forward since I'm going to be able to fill in that space otherwise. And then... what do you think? Brown? Yeah, because it'll match the actual posts that I have there. And then we should just be able to fit one of those and a 4 going back. And then I think I could fit a couple of the plants in there. Let's go with contrasting colors, like red. Because I guess this would match... Oh, is that really not going to fit anywhere? What's bumping? Oh, come on. Oh, wait. If I do this sideways... I just don't think I'll be able to fit 2. Oh, you know what, though, I can do? I know. We'll just extend this overhang by a few spaces, like 2 spaces outward each way. So like this, and then essentially going across. Do we have... Oh, we do have a 4. Look at that. Boom. And boom. So that still looks really good, but it gives us a little bit more space to work with there to put the stuff I'm wanting to inside of it. So pretty much same thing. So we don't have a 6, right? No, it just goes right to an 8. So we'll go boom. And then bada bing. Oops. This guy. This guy. And then I think between here. Yeah. Go boom. And then small. Small. And then I think I should be able to fit all the not all the plants I want, but can at least add one of those. And then how wide would it be if I wanted to do 2 of these? I think it would be like here and here for even spacing. I think I like that. Although I'm curious, what if I replace these corners with the smaller corners? That's nice. Thank you. Working on it. We're working on it. If you want to try to find people, look in the, like I said, type in the chat. I saw at least 3 or 4 people that said they're looking to find people to play with. So, by all means, use my chat as a looking for group. Yeah, I think I like that better. And then if I use the small corner, we'll probably even be able to use a better piece there, like the 8 I think will fit perfectly now. That's much better. Less pieces too. That's one thing you want to try to focus on, is not just like how it looks, but if you can use less pieces to get the same thing accomplished, like a different combination of these railing pieces, you end up with like less complexity towards your build overall, which is good. That's a good thing. Okay, I like that. It gives me more of that blue color. And then let's go back to our walls, and we're probably just going to use these guys going all the way around for this part. And then we need this guy. Oh, you know what else? Is I wonder how this would look. I think it might look better if I do just flip those 2 pieces. So have, no, not that one. This one be on the bottom instead. And then kind of have a blank middle before it. Because then it's like bigger piece, skinny, bigger piece. Instead of like skinny and then 2 big pieces. Like, what do you think? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you like this combination for the corner? Or this combination for the corner? I'm kind of split. Yo, Iradial? Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. If you want to show me your builds, I have a Discord channel linked in my TikTok bio, and then, will someone link, or Dub, if you're here, will you link it in Twitch, and I'll just copy it over to YouTube, or if you could possibly grab that for me real quick. No biggie if not. Like the one I just did. I do too. I just wish this part had like indentations on all 4 of the corners, because like then I'm split which way I want that little slit to show through. So I do like that a little. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah, and thank you for the follow. You like the first one? I guess we're a little split then, which is fine. We can always change it up later if I happen to change my mind. I mean, there's also, I could do this on the bottom, then the middle piece, and then the pink on the top, which I actually almost like that even better, but I kind of like the idea of having more pink on the... Gosh dang it, it's already dark again. I'm like, I'm squinting to see. Make a Ninjago? That's pretty much what I'm working on. Ryumira, whatever it's called, is came out like during the Ninjago stuff, so essentially it is. So I kind of like the pink more on the bottom, even though the pink kind of lines up with there better, but it distributes that color better throughout the build, I think, to have the pink part on the bottom. And then this, and then this. Because I already have a lot of pink up here, and then it's like, it gives me a better break in the colors, I think. That's pretty solid. And then I think from there we'll just... This one I'm not going to make super tall because the taller buildings will probably go further back in the build once I get there. So that way it kind of like from the front, because you don't want to have like buildings in the front that are super tall that are overshadowing your buildings. Is like the perspective on this build is generally I'm going to look at this build because I'm going to be building like all over the place here. This is just the first part. So like this will be one of the viewing spots, and then like the other main viewing spot would probably be from like over here. So like here we would want a shorter building, and then when I do stuff behind it, they would end up being taller. And plus I can always add to it later. Like always, the best thing about Lego. Dude, I swear too, true to the game, it's like, it used to be like I swear it was always 15 minutes of day and 5 minutes of night. It's like, it feels like it's almost 10 and 10 now, where it's late before you know it. All right, let's see. These could technically be used as roof pieces. They're exterior walls, but they're also technically roofs. And then... Do I go with the dark or the... I think the light would be better. The lighter color. Oh, is that going to interfere with my plants there? Maybe I can bump those up a stud. Oh, I sure can. Heck yeah. Nah, it might barely clear it now. Trial and error, folks. Trial and error. That is going to be perfect. And we have some other pieces to work with, too. Would that be? And then I can go, like, there, and then back to the corner, right? Yeah, wait, I get some, like, difference, so it's not the same going all the way around. Because then back here, we'll just flip it back to this guy to match the other side. Back to the corner. And then this side, we'll do the same pattern we did opposite, which is this. That. And these. And then I wonder if... I think that's actually going to be perfect. And then what sort of like... We've got that thing... And then is there anything... I guess I'll just... Here, let's see what else we have in all the roofs. Because there might be a piece from one of the other Ninjago sets that works out well. Because like I said, I'm not exclusively using the Ryumara pieces, but... I wonder how the llama wall would look on this one. It actually matches quite well. For the most part. Like, not perfect, but it's there. I could see the vision. Nana roof. No, it's definitely not the one. You've been following me since my Star Wars builds? Well, thank you very much. If you want to come follow me and join me on Twitch, that'd mean a lot. Otherwise, hang tight on the TikTok. We be building. There's probably also a sculpture or something. Because remember, you don't have to use specifically pieces that are in the roof section here. I'm going to give it a good look. But if I don't find anything that I'm really satisfied with... Like, that wouldn't be terrible, but it's not exactly the right color. Ooh, these are kind of cool. What is this from? Oh, these are from Daft Punk. I think these are going to go really well in the city eventually when I actually start to add more like detail and stuff. I'll have to remember about those. Looks like nothing in this section that immediately jumps out at me. So let's go back to the Ryamara stuff and go to the sculptures. Because like something like this on top is never like a bad idea, but let me see what else we got. Oh, interesting. Like, I kind of like that. Doesn't exactly, like, match the building, but it doesn't have to, because you got to remember, we're only looking at one building on one platform. You almost want that kind of contrast in a city build like this. Because eventually there will be so many different, like, blues and blacks and oranges and pinks from all the other different parts that it will, like, blend together better than it is now when you're singularly focusing on this part of it. Yeah, the land for them of the monsters was a limited time thing, but they should be bringing it back eventually. Ooh, that actually, let's try that, because those will match really well, and I might be able to do like 4 of them going all the way around, I think. It barely has a spot to attach it to there. Yeah, I like that. For now, at least. And I'll kind of wait till the end, because right now I could be adding, stuff like this, potentially, where I can. Like, maybe somewhere down here we add one of these. Like, that could be good. I don't think I could add it anywhere here currently. So yeah, we'll leave that like that. But I mean, like, there's plenty of opportunities here. For stuff like that. And then there's also other pieces we can... Oh, I forgot we even had, like, stuff like this. I might have been able to pull that off there, which I do like. But otherwise, I like what I did, honestly, a little bit better. And then with this piece... could add those to, like, both, like, all the corners. I don't know if that's too much. But again, we can always take it away later if I decide to, like, utilize this piece somewhere else that's close by. But otherwise, I think kind of just throwing them on these corner type areas. Where did I throw it here? Up against that piece. Yeah, kind of the same as what I was doing. Although, did I... It lines up... Okay, I see. Yeah, perfect. So I think that's super solid for now. And now, again, I'll leave the more subtle details for later. I kind of want to get, like there's always like more clutter I can add and all sorts of, like if I want to add like a dumpster up here and stuff, or like, oh, why is that like a weird angle? What is this supposed to be? Slurpee udon stand. Don't know what that is. But like all this kind of stuff. Oh, that's kind of cool too. Don't have anywhere to add it there. Well, there's a little like well and stuff like that. Yeah, see, I'll worry about that later. We're trying to get main structures done. Down here, I'll probably do some sort of market. Let's see, I think that would be like under outdoors for most of the stuff I'm thinking of. Like, you know, adding just like a little market with stuff like this. Adding maybe some food carts and stuff like that down here. The ancient food cart, that would work really good. This one would work really good. Even this, like all of them. And see, like, then we can add, you know, stuff like that eventually. And again, it's dark out before we know it. Well, that reminds me, the Bright Bomber stuff might be really good for this area, too. And another thing I usually wait for last is, like, lighting. However, right here, I'm kind of feeling like getting this filled in here. That's solid. Is there any, like, bar lights? Or my wall-mounted lights? Yeah, like these. These ones honestly look really good in this area. What else? See, these ones too. Those look really nice. These are from the regular Ninjago Island stuff. But like I figure doing like a handful of these would end up even like right there would look really nice. Something like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Still iffy about these are really large, but I do like the color, like how it goes together. But I may end up changing it later. Boom, boom, boom. And then I think we might be able to fit... I guess I could just go there. A little bit lower than I would have, but... Wait. Oh, it's because I went lower. I was like, I was able to fit that one at the... Come on. Come on. I just didn't want to hit anything else. How did I get that one to line up so well? Does it go under it, technically? Yeah, I think that's what it was. It's like right there. Boom. I think we'll call that building finished for now. Except I'm curious. One thing. Let's see. Wonder if like adding one of these like in the middle. Why is it doing that? Dancing around. I think that way it just adds a little more color as you kind of rotate around it so you can't see straight through it. And then... Curious. Nah, that's a little too much. Oh, I can fly backwards? What? I was for a second. Oh, yeah, trust me, I'm well aware of build limitations in general. Because I usually do pack my stuff with a lot of detail, but being on PC, I've got a little bit more wiggle room than the average Joe on console. At least I think that's still kind of how it acts. Do I want this build? It'd probably be best if I just went like another half a stair up than this. And then made my next platform up here. So let's get our floors. These guys. Kick it out to like there that way, but then this way I want to go quite a bit further. And I might even make this one like L-shaped. If that makes sense. So like something like that, where it's kind of got that slight L shape going to it, and I think I'll extend that out. Use one more set of 16, and that gives us our next platform. Because, yeah, I think I like the elevation and the offset there. Really nice. It looks really nice. And then I'll pretty much follow the same... Oh, I still got to finish that part of the fence going all the way around. I didn't even realize. We're going to use the same technique we did here, which I believe we went to... Thank you for the follow, by the way. McNugs! What to follow? Are they walls? I cannot remember. I think were they roofs? Yeah, these guys. And I believe we were just, attaching them to the sides. Oh, I have a piece that works. That's fine. How's it? It's just, dang it, be sunny already. I'll probably just go in there, and then I'll do... Actually, oh, my mouse. Give me my mouse. Hello? There we go. Still takes, it's not technically the right way. But it at least will allow me to get it like lined up so I don't have like a weird overlap. And then we should be able to go back to these guys. When you have an inside corner, it makes the spacing a little bit differently than the outside corners in this situation. So you kind of got to account for that. Bada bing, bada boom. And now we go over with keeping it consistent. Corner. 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 I guess these ones have a little more diverse corner piece that flips either way really well. Or is that other, like, edge corner piece was kind of like the opposite if you did it one way compared to the other. Okay, and then the easiest way to do this is I want to say we started with, like, if I remember correctly, from, like, the same spacing as the other side. We did something like small ones into the larger ones, and then that leaves me a space for an 8 in the middle. Perfect. And then I want to say that's the same over here. I think that's the same spacing. And then big guy, big guy. You know what? I almost think these corners will end up doing better, but I don't know. I'm not too concerned about that. And I think this is the same spacing as well. So just 2 small ones, 2 big ones, and... Oh. Wait, how am I off by? Oh, it's because of the inside corner, probably. Here, we'll just do this one kind of custom then. Not custom, but it's all custom. But we should be able to make this work. So in these kind of situations, I could just leave that corner kind of open so I can get the consistency that we're looking for. There, perfect. And it's nighttime again. Holy moly. I swear, every other day, it's like a different length of the day. It's like one day it's summertime and one day it's wintertime and you barely get any daylight. Also, let's grab our steps, or our railing there. Beautiful. Over here, I think since it's larger, we could probably get like a different combination that I've been using. Let's see. There, overlap. Okay. Which really means, I think... What's the gap there? Okay, I see. I think this will... Oh, it's still... So we'll do small one, big, tiny, and then small, big, very small, and then I think that'll end up leaving us the correct amount of room for the middle. Yep, there we go. That's kind of even spacing there. Then I imagine over here, I don't know, I think that one's further than this one, but to match that, we'll go there. Boom. And, oh, look at that. Perfect. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, now I think we did these like it was like 6, 2, 4, 6, 8 even. Maybe see real quick. We're gonna have to. So I think I did. Oh, that doesn't count as part of it either. So hold on. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 over and then 2 back from that corner. So keeping that consistent, we would start here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2. That should be the same that I was going with, right? Because then I should be able to fit one of these, like right there. Yeah, that's what it was. And now from here, this one's going to be taller. So do I go directly into the split or do I go, you know what? Because from there and there, I think we'll just use the taller guy here and here. And then even like another one there and there. And then I think that will lead us to... Perfect. And the other one will go into the ground a little bit more than that, but that's fine. That's kind of... Actually, it looks really nice. Okay, perfect. And then we do the same thing here. Yeah. I think that's nice. I'll just have to figure out the other spacing in between the corners, which is a little bit harder. Looking awesome. We need more building materials to fix damaged houses around the biome. Yeah, I'm like, I feel like we're at this point like done with Ninjago content, but like, what happened to those green buildings that like this stuff? I feel like we still don't have. Like this is just a POI. But like, I don't think we have these green roofs at all yet, do we? And like, I don't think we have access to these corners even. Those spiky corners. I don't like that when they tease us with these really cool parts around the map that we essentially never get access to as players. And it's like, well, it's clearly an asset in the game. I just don't get why we can't make it a building asset like that we can use. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Dude, I can't see anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Why does it have to be cloudy out? If anything, make it cloudy here in Phoenix. Not my game. Okay, so here we went. Now this one's going to be a little bit higher or closer to the ground. So I'll probably only need to do like this one and that one. And then I imagine this will end up reaching the ground without having to do another half wall. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. Beautiful. Object in the way. Is it the mountain in the way? Can I not build into this? That should work. Okay, there we go. Maybe it was just I was aiming somewhere weird or I got in the way. And it's not that big of a deal because it's mostly covered anyway, but... One, two, three, four, five, six, and 2 in. One, two, three, four, five, six, and 2 in. Boom. And I imagine we'll do the same pattern as we did over there, which is one of these, and then a half one. And then that should... Oh, this one's even lower. I see. So I think we can even do 2 of those. And then go in. Then that should lead us low enough. Yeah, as long as they're touching the ground, we're good. Yeah, like that. Okay. Camera angle is not helping me right now. When did I start playing LEGO Fortnite? Or Fortnite in general? Fortnite I've been playing since technically Season 1, Chapter 1. Although I didn't start heavily playing until Season 3, Chapter 1. But I've been playing LEGO Fortnite ever since it came out. See right here, I feel like I'm not even going to need that many at all. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Because here, see, like right here, we'll just add one of those. I'm not going to bother with adding like a split section. That'll pretty much be mostly covered anyway. You almost won't be able to tell. But then right here, I almost feel like we'd want to go... Because like for this way, it's going to go into the ground, no problem, right here. And then to keep it consistent, we'll probably just have this one go like this, and then we'll just go down with one of those. These pieces are sick, looking amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't... That's why it's so warm in here. I didn't even have this fan turned all the way up. Yo, Mobans, what's going on? If you guys want to come join me on Twitch or YouTube, feel free. Otherwise, here on TikTok is just fine. You know, I wonder if, like, how it would look to have, like, 2 sets of stairs there. I don't know if that would, like, make it look a little thicker. How is it nighttime already again? What is happening? There's no way that was 15 minutes, right? It's constantly nighttime, please. Everybody go to the LEGO Fortnite subreddit. and upvote my post that I made today about having, at the very least, sandbox, weather, and daytime controls. So that way you could hit tab, go to settings, and be like, night, morning, afternoon, evening, back to night. And you could just set it like you know, like a slider bar like this, and then once you leave it on day, it would just be daytime all the time. You know what I mean? And then same for weather. I just want to be able to make it rain. Either I can turn the rain on or turn the rain off, or make it partly cloudy, like the like cloud control. Like right now, even it's daytime, but it's still a little more. Like I would rather, while I'm building, be able to see things in a very bright sunlight. I think it just makes things easier to see. All right, so from this corner, this one's going to be interesting. I'll wait till I do this corner because I don't know what the spacing is going to have to be. I'll just go around and finish up. Yeah, so from there, we're just using, I think those are the wall pieces, right? No, those are these. There we go. But I think, at least for the spacing, it required the use of at least one of those on each side. And then we can go through and use these. Yep, perfect. And it leaves that one space right there. And honestly, it doesn't matter if it's brown or it's gray, because it's going to be mostly covered anyway. Boop. Oh, I never did this corner. Rip. This corner I can do confidently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So that one I'm not 100% sure where it's going to end up landing. So that's going to be too far, and I don't remember if those came in small. Oh, yeah, there is like a... No, there's half versions of... I guess that works. That's pretty much the same color. It just doesn't have the brown included. I guess it has a little bit. So let's see where this takes us. Because I think ideally... I think this will make it work. So I'm almost... Yeah, I think this is where we want it. Or, because how am I going to do, because this isn't, all these outside corners I've got figured out. But as far as this inside corner. Oh, I know. So, right? Because if I got rid of that one there, I could bump it in 2 more spaces, and then I'd have 2 spaces here. Which, let me double check that I'm able to even do what I'm thinking here. I almost feel like I would want it, like, even there. And then, like, right next to that one. It's going to goof out. I'll have to fill it in with some other pieces that aren't normally what I've been using. But I think that's the solid way to do it. It's basically the same look, but a little bit wider. And I think... Because they're going in instead of out.
Can you please make a vulture droid tutorial? PLS, PLS.
I will give it my best eventually, but it's not on the top of my list right now. To build a roller coaster? I think YoPlay is the one who does a ton of amusement park type builds. I would try checking them out. I can't remember how it's YO, and I think it's PLEY, YoPlay. I believe they're the one I'm thinking of that does a lot of different amusement park type stuff. And I think they might have done a roller coaster at some point that you could reference. Great idea. Headed to the subreddit now. Perfect. And then I think, as long as I did this right. Aha! And then I don't even really need to worry about filling in any of that. We'll save some pieces there. And then we go down, down, down. Ooh, I didn't realize those weren't symmetrical. I want them facing outwards there, like that. I don't even know if I did the other ones like that. I guess I'll figure it out later. It's not that big of a deal. Where's my half? My halfie. So like here, I think I'll just go out. I'm not going to do doubles like I've been doing. I think I will just go... Ooh. Oh, what's in the way? Is it going too far into the ground where it's causing an issue? Was my body in the way? It said something was in the way, but it usually will say the player is in the way if you're actually getting in the way. But I think that is solid. Because I believe they're too close together to do doubles splits like I've been doing. So I can do that there. And then I can do this one here, obviously. But then I wouldn't be able to do one going this way because they would bump. They're too close. So really, I'll just leave this one like that. I think that's totally fine. And then here, we're going bop, bop. And then I think we only need to go another half step down from here because it's elevated a little bit more than that corner is. So then we should be able to go back to our doublies. Oops. Perfect. Then this one, even though I can't see anything, we're just gonna guess. Ah, dang it. That's what happens when we guess. Dang. Oh, let me just get on this side. That'll probably be easier. Bada bing, bada boom. That one's set up. Now I should probably do a few in the middle if I want to match that one. I'm also thinking like that is almost too much. It would almost be better if instead of two in the middle, I took one away and then just centered one. Or what, I mean, I guess the more support, that's still pretty even. And it looks like, because obviously you could have it standing on one little post and it's going to work in game. But as far as like trying to reach for realism, that does look like the proper amount of support, no? Whereas this, it still looks a little barren. I would at least want to add 2 to 3 beams going through the middle here. This is looking fabulous. Thank you. It's all coming together. See, this is all about just heights and depth. You got to get the right depth going. So far, so good on the second platform. See, like here, we'll just do one in the middle. That's plenty there. Here, we'll go one. Here. I don't even know. Maybe... because like here, I barely would even need one. If anything, it would just be like here we would go what? Like there. Even though that's going to goof up my spacing a little bit because it's centered compared to the other ones. But like this one could just go into the ground again. Like that's solid for that one. And then I'd want probably one in the middle-ish here. Wait, is that one? Oh yeah, I did that one a little bit differently for oh wait. Oh, if I moved them any closer, they'd almost be too close. So that is where I have that one set up. That one's just inset into the wall a little bit, which is fine. You'll barely notice. But that one's going to be too close to do a double split near the bottom. Unless, I wonder if I did like an early split. If that would like dodge the... Oh, see, that works, but they're almost too close. I think here, instead of doing a split, we just go with, like this, and then maybe at the way bottom I can split, because then you won't really... I didn't even realize I could snap this way. Why have I been doing it the hard way the whole time? Sometimes, yeah, see, that's like almost pointless to do a split. Like, I might as well just go back to this and then just lower it. And it's nighttime again. We're going to find the rice. Edit, wherever you see these water areas on Ninjago Island, all of this is rice. I'm not going to collect it because I don't think it grows back. But... So here I did, let's see. It's hard to count here. Let's see. Let's grab our ruler, everybody. So that's 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, I have like odd gaps here, but that shouldn't interfere because none of the other pieces have stuff between them. So, what was that? 19 I counted? Because that one puts it right in the middle there. I guess we'll just start with a guesstimate here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, which should be the limit that I can nudge. I'm thinking we just throw it here, because if that's 18... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 5. So if that's 18, add 5, that'd be like 23 spaces in for the other side. So... Oh, let me just get an actual count. Sometimes it's wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So if that's 16... So this one would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It won't be centered on the stairs, but it's more centered for the building itself, right? So I want to say that gives us a pretty even distribution. That'll be a little closer than those ones are. I can probably even bump these in a few more spaces, but I think that'll end up being right. or acceptable. You know, I think let's. What if I put it in the middle of that one? I think that would end up being better. So then this one. Cause it would. No, 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 no. I think I liked what I had. So yeah, let's do that. That goes down. Then we go to a half and a half. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't snapping these earlier. Rip. So much easier. Looks like we go with just another full instead of a half then. I didn't realize this was hitting the next one. So... so much easier that way. I was wasting time. Oh, this one actually... Whew, it's kind of in the middle there, isn't it? No, that should be perfect if I do this one a half. I think that'll be good. Because I like these pieces to show when they can. Yeah, it's perfect. Kirk, sorry, I'm building solo, as I do most of the times. If they had a setting where I could bring people in, and then I could put on like a restriction to make it so like you can't build, you can't break stuff. Like you're like a ghost visitor only. Like I wish they would really add that, cuz then, dude, I would invite 7 people in just to watch me build at all times. If you guys were as long as it didn't make the server lag too much, so that would be another issue that would probably end up coming up. But if there was like ghost viewers, spectators, dude, I'd let as many of you guys in as I could. Yeah, I know. I am 99.9% sure that you will not break stuff. But then there's that 0.1% of people that could get in that would do that. You know what I mean? I'm not accusing you, but you got to remember, it's not. I can't think about all the good people out there. I got to think about that little bitty tiny percentage that would come in here and grief. And that may or may not be you. I don't think it is. Obviously, like, you know, most people that come in would have really good intentions. And I know that. But we all know what the internet's like. So we do this one in the middle. Let me come down. And this one I need to turn. There we go. And then that. I like the gray part facing outwards on these. For consistency purposes, which I didn't do over here either. Let's go make an adjustment. I just like them facing outwards. It gives it a little more contrast in the colors that you actually see from this angle. It's like this one. That one's right because we want, again, facing out. And then I usually like these little yellow tabs if I end up using them, which I don't always use, but I like these ones facing out, so it kind of lines up with those ones too. Now here, we're probably actually going to need to go another one of these. And then... boom. And then here we go... I don't think I'm going to have room to do a split at the bottom, so here we'll just line this up in the middle. And then down. I never faced that one outwards. Oops. Like that. Nope, I was wrong again. I can't see, though. That's why my big brick body. So I think we'll go there to match kind of like the ones that are at that level anyway. And then we'll just go back to one of these. What up, Taz? We building. We working on stuff. I still have lots of decorating to do, so don't worry. I'm going to like put stuff up here and put stuff in there and decorate the insides eventually. But you know me, I got to get that template figured out first. So I think we'll do, I think these two edges, let's kind of gauge this. Yeah, I think this is the same length going that way. So I can just line it up the same way I did. So between the two on the second one, that would be between these two, right? Yeah, I can count one piece, two of those meetings, 1, 2, and then this on the third. And then that would be the same thing for that. 1, 2, and then on the third. And then, yeah, that should be fine. I don't need a third one in the middle. So we'll go down, fix this one to face outward, like that. Consistency, make those face outward. And then keep it going. So here, we'll probably need a half step there. And then I think here, yeah, we just go straight into the split. Just like that. We have our second supports ready. The only thing I need to go do now is, before I forget, was add our trim, which does add more pieces. And these are always pieces I could take away later if I realize it's like, if I'm getting too close to complexity or something, but I feel like these did. Oh, you know what else? Let's see if I have any like tiny lights that could maybe go. If anything, I'll do lights on the post. Like if I really wanted some lights somewhere on there, but otherwise, instead of having those studs showing on all the edges, it adds a lot more pieces to the build, but I think this build will be able to handle it. Already getting dark and I can't see. You might ask, why am I flipping them? It's because like you get it gets like off grid in a weird way, so it's just easier to reverse, and then it lines up a lot easier than it would. So I don't have to actually use the nudge tool. What's the tallest building I've ever built? I'm not sure about tallest. If I go over here, I can show you some of the other buildings. This area over here I haven't finished, but I have done a handful of structures, and it does include one pretty tall one. So if you like it, come check me out on Twitch. I'm always building. I'm always building. I'm always constructing. So here's some stuff I built with the Ninjago Island builds, which is like the primarily red and white type stuff. So I mean, this one's pretty tall. And then I think the one over here is technically taller. And this one's pretty tall too, but it starts lower on the ground relative to the other ones. But I really do like this one a lot because of the balconies. It just looks super fancy. Commander Gold, welcome in, welcome in. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any calls today. But here we got the Ryumura city. I think that's how you say it. Ryumura? Mura? Maura? Is it dark already? Oh my god, it is. How is this nighttime sometimes brighter than it is in the daytime with clouds? Beyond me. All right, let's get the rest of the trim on the bottom here. So we're going to need to use a upside down technique. So we're going to take a thruster. Not that one, too big. We're going to start by just like throwing a thruster right there. And what that does is it allows you to, I call it part referencing. Because this piece, the thrusters can go on walls, upside down, right side up, and they do that automatically. So, like, I'll show you, for example. Like, see, it'll go on a wall, even though for some reason it doesn't count that as a supporting piece. It'll go on a wall, no problem. It'll go on a floor, no problem. It'll go on a ceiling, no problem. So depending on which orientation you put the... And now it's raining and storming. Oh, my God, I can't get a win. So now that we have this thruster upside down, we can reference the thruster with other pieces. So for example, we'll just take a bed. Because yeah, normally if you took a bed... Oh, come on, dude. If you took a bed and you put it on the ceiling, the bed is still right side up, right? And it doesn't also connect that way. But watch what happens the second we look at the thruster, the second we reference the thruster. So we're using this as a reference. As soon as you aim away from the thruster, it'll turn right side up again. But as long as you're aiming at this thruster, it'll be upside down. And from there, you can nudge it. You see how I'm still aiming at the thruster? See how the middle of my crosshair is still on the thruster? That allows us to move it around. And then also you can, at this point, if you look down, it's not going to connect anything. So you want to look at the very bottom of the thruster. But let's say you're looking here. You can still use the vertical nudge option to nudge it upwards until it touches. But then you'd be able to place it literally upside down on the roof. We're not placing that piece. Dude, can I catch a break today? I do not want to be shocked while I'm building. And then also every time thunder happens, it shakes your screen and moves your crosshair. And it is like the most annoying... Did I click the wrong one? Yeah, I did. It is the most annoying thing on the planet. Because while I'm trying to place this, watch. So I've got this upside down. Right? Well, watch what happens when the thunder happens. See how it wobbles it around for a second? So, like, if I click in that moment, it'll like not work. So you can see I did this piece. Normally this piece would be right side up if you were to place it here. But I want that angle to come down and out. Whereas like if you see here, it's down, in, not out, down. So it gives you a slightly different shape just because of the mere fact that it's upside down. So now technically we don't even need the thruster anymore. Because again, now that we have this piece upside down from referencing the thruster, we can now reference this piece for the other pieces that I'm going to be placing upside down here. So from there, like normally, again, this would be right side up. However, I want them upside down. So all I have to do, I don't even have to reference it like I did the thruster because I can just snap it. As long as I snap it to this piece that's already upside down, it's going to automatically tilt it upside down. And since I'm snapping it, I don't even got to worry about lining it up or anything. It's just boom, 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 boom. And there are certain pieces that I would encourage you to experiment with because sometimes a piece will inevitably look better upside down than it does right side up in the exact same spot. Hold on, I'm gonna get this centered. That should be 2. So now that I got that corner, I'm just gonna snap from here and do 2. And then that kind of gives me a better idea of what I've got to put in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, oh wait, is that right? Yeah, that'll be fine. It's gonna be a little. It won't be exactly centered, but also if I center it exactly, it'll leave a gap, which I really don't want. So it's fine that that's a little bit off. It's not gonna make too much of a difference. But see how we're building depth with kind of different parts at different depths at upside down and right side up. Hey, how's it going, Angela? David Angela, that is. You got 2 names there. I guess I could pick either one. Oh, yeah. So balancing ships that fly and float is definitely a bit of an art in this game. I guess it's more of a science. But it's a very trial and error based science. So that should be our center. Right? I guess I'll just hold on. We got 2 there. I just want to make sure I'm making it as symmetrical as possible. So I'll actually use the. There we go. Okay. Why are the other thrusters not included in that? Weird. Just restart. Clear all the filters. The only reason I'm doing another one over here is just because I don't have a reference piece close enough to get it going. So now I'll start from this end. 1, 2. It makes it a little easier, again, to figure out where your centers are. Although I can't do 3, so it has to be... Wait, if I did, like, another combination, would it be better? No, we'll do that. So... over on one side, it's 4. Over on the other, it's just 2, and then that should leave. Do you have gifting? What do you mean by gifting? Move my marker. It's coming together. I'll probably do like another dock type thing below it, but with this one here, I'm not really, I can't fit a building here. It's if I were to add a roof, it would end up, and I guess technically I don't even have to add a roof here if I wanted to put a building here. I could just do straight up wall pieces up into the ceiling. Like, let's say there was a building here, right? I think that leaves just enough room for like a half wall. Oh, not even. So down here, I'm just going to make it like an open-ended market. It won't be like a building. This will end up just being like a market. But down here, I should have plenty of room. I can make the dock even a little bit higher than this little dock, or whatever you want to call this raised part. Even if I bring the raised part up to here, which is still higher than that one, which will look great, then I'll have from like the height my character is all the way up here, which should leave me room for like a 1-story, 1.5-story building in here, which will also contrast because then there'll be no building there. There'll be a dock there with a building, dock here, no building, contrast. And with that being said, I'm going to go refill my water. Keep an eye on my build, guys. Don't break it. Get on my Peely saber. Be right back. I also got a little snack. I don't know if you guys are like me. I freaking love pepperoncinis, dude. Oh, juicy. We kind of have villager trading. They have like the. Oh, I should have it here. These guys, the special visitors. I wouldn't say they trade per se, or do you have to give them stuff? I can't remember. I haven't interacted with them very much. Sorry, I got pepperoncinis in my teeth now. Come on, get out of there. There we go. So these guys, they give you like special buffs depending on the character, and they visit like once or twice a week or something like that. So there's like it's like a almost there. I wish there was more of like a tradesman where like instead of getting buffs, you could be like, hey, let me give you a stack of granite, and you give me like, you know, half a stack of iron or something like that. That'd be pretty neat. That's kind of what I'm hoping for at some point too. Oh, and you know what? Before I forget, I think there was a part of this that I even forgot to finish, didn't I? Yeah, it was this part of the railing underneath, which I forgot to do there too, which I'll catch up on it. But technically, I never went back around and did this part of the trim for the fence. Actually, I'm probably going to need that temporarily just to get this over. Oh yeah, this one's going to end up leaving like a one stud gap somewhere, which is fine. I think if I put this here, it's either going to... Wait, what? Oh, I see what's happening there. So we'll just do this, it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. It's little stuff you'll like pretty much never notice. Unless you look really close, and then we just be in a little bit anal retentive there. Oh, I should do the same thing here too. Hold on. Give me a thrusty. I'm just gonna leave it that. Save me a part, right? Filling in that gap is not like... Cause I like that a little better, right? Because it just gives it more, I don't know, oomph or something like that. Okay, so we got that done around that side, that done around that side. We got that side. We just need to do the bake side now. Right foot, right stomp. Left foot, left stomp. Left foot, left stomp. Right foot, right stomp. Oh, same thing is happening there. That's fine. Boop, boop. Got it. We going all the way around. Did I do the backside for this one too? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Make sure I'm caught up. Usually I'm pretty behind on chat, at least between one of the channels, but we all caught up today. I'm not missing a chat. If you're here and enjoying the build, though, make yourself known real quick. If you feel like it. If you're a lurker and you're a lurker only, you don't got to speak. You can stay lurking. Don't worry. I won't pressure you. Oh, I never finished the rest of these, so let's do that first. Let's do that temporarily, and then we'll take our corner, snap it there for reference, and then nudge it there. Get rid of that. Then even it out. And then I think that's just a 4 and a 2. That's not right. That's not the piece I wanted. What? Reasons. That guy. There we go. So now we're pretty much just going to go all the way to the edge here anyway, because it's an inside corner, which are generally work differently than outside corners. Because that, I think, is right. I'm just going to have those meet in the middle. So let's start from this side now. I did not. I clicked on this, did I not? And then I swear it selected this, and then also brought me to the previous menu. That was weird. Am I going mad here, or is that not what happened? Do I have trouble with build limit? Generally, so what I'm going to do here is the way you combat build limit is it's hard to tell where the borders of each chunk is, but build limit is broken up into chunks, and they're like if you were to imagine a big square, I think like one build limit chunk is like about like that big, like generally. So, like, you got to remember, you can only build so much in a dense area, but if you spread things out really well, you can avoid build limit easier. You can still make a really big build, just the more you spread. If you make one giant dense thing, then you're going to hit it easier. Whereas, like, if I do this and I build a couple of platforms here, and then it keeps spreading, I think also you want to not, like... See how these two builds are technically connected by piece? So it's like, even though these are separate, it's still one giant build because of that ladder. So once I'm done with like this portion, what I'll probably end up doing is like, instead of building another staircase and just going this way into another platform, what I'll probably do is just make like another platform that extends from the wall here, and it'll be a separate build, and it'll be more spread out this way, and that'll kind of help with it. But yes, I've run into build limit plenty of times. But if you kind of understand a little bit how it works, and the more you build, you'll start to like know how I gotta do a server reset. It's doing that weird glitchy thing every time I look around. There we go, that'll work. But you know what? Let's actually... Let's do that part in the middle, where we go like that. That. Oops. That, and then we should be able to fit another 16, because this has like that texture-y, like, archy piece there. I would recommend, Boston, look up on YouTube. Their name is LEGO Moxie. They, I believe, have a video that's specifically on complexity and explains it a heck of a lot better, and you'll have visuals for it. They are like the king of complexity, and also like LEGO Fortnite sciences, you want to call it that. They do a very, very good job of explaining things and showing things. Oh, wrong. it's just supposed to be flipped that way. I like the gray parts facing outwards rather than inwards. Sorry, only English over here. Is there an option for that? Can I translate? Haha, see, why doesn't it? You think I could like set that to a setting? I can actually see what you're saying. I don't have those support parts. Where are they available? They are from the Ryumura City. How do you unlock that, chat? That's from just building a village on Ninjago Island, right? It's not part of the battle pass. Or is it? No, it is part of the battle pass, right? It's the last reward. It's like the 3 airships and then this piece, right? So I think it is the LEGO pass. Right? Yes? No? Maybe so? Someone let me know. Alright, so I got all the way around with that trim. Best weapon is generally the plasma pistols, which I don't have. I'm in a sandbox mode right now, so I could probably pull some out, but here, let's... You would want... like, legendary plasma pistols are generally the best. What are these? What? Why is there 2? Is one of them like Ninjago materials and one of them not Ninjago materials or something? Why is there 2? Oh yeah, because these are regular. Yeah, these level 5, the 5-star ones, those are made. So this is like a rifted plasma pistol. This is like a Ninjago item crafted plasma pistol. Yeah, and depending on what you're fighting, the relic will make a difference. Like if you're depending on the elemental status of the enemy you're fighting. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize these lit up. That's nice. But yeah, I've been playing this game a long time, Lance, or Ian. Sorry, I can't tell if that's an L or an I. So I have all the LEGO Pass builds from previous years. There's even some other exclusive ones that were unlocked through some very specific ways through UEFN maps, which are still available, but the rewards are not. Okay, the next thing I need to do for this is grab the brown pieces. So thruster, right about there. Oh, I forgot to... Oops, that's in the wrong spot because I can't get it to where I need it to go. Hold on. If you guys have... It's on a really weird streaming service that probably most people don't have. But if you have MGM Plus or have the ability to get it, the show From, it's literally just called From. It's like a psychological thriller horror. And it's really good. I've been addicted. Like right after the stream, I'm probably going to watch the 2 episodes I need to catch up on because the season 4 season finale is coming up on Sunday. But it's a really cool show. I'll give you the premise. It's basically, it's kind of like, honestly, a lot like Lost in a way, or at least the same, like very much the vibe. Even the main lead of this show, he actually had a role on the show Lost as Michael, if you ever watched Lost. And it is, I like it a lot. has been my jam lately. Wait a minute. Did I bump that all the way out? Okay, yeah, I did. I see what I did wrong. I should be able to just reference that right onto this, though. Yeah. And then just get rid of that. Perfect. Oh yeah, I need to log out and log back in. It keeps doing that lag thing. Just need to do a server reset. Ooh, I have another peppercini to eat. I forgot. Come to daddy. Oh, it was a big boy. This one's gonna juice all over it, so I brought a cup. Chilling the most? Yeah, I've been day one player as well. Cannot get enough of it. Where are my day one players at? Delicious. Am I the only one here who just likes eating straight up pepperoncinis? Obviously great on pizza and like sandwiches and stuff, but I don't know, it's become one of my favorite, just like need a little bite. And I love spicy stuff anyway. And pepperoncinis are like the perfect combination of like sweet and spicy. Right there in the middle. Very tasty. And for whatever reason you don't know what a peppercini is, that would be the pepper that comes with your pizza if you order from Papa John's. But I just buy jars of them when I need them and snack on them and use them for pizza and stuff. And Sammy's. Okay, much better. What is that, a gap of 3? No, it's just 2. So what I'll do... Actually, it's not even going to be centered anyway. But I'll put it somewhere towards the center. It's not exact, like the center I think is right here. It's a little offset, but again, you'll like never notice unless you're looking. And if you're looking that close and judging, opinion doesn't matter. I love it when I get feedback from the chat though. Like, it's great to have you watching, but having that second, third, fourth, fifth opinion on things is always fantastic to have. And like this one, I'll probably just hide that small piece like under here and you won't even be able to really see it. It's like if I do this and then do the small one, you'll like never even know. I think if I also use the other corner pieces, it would change up my spacing a little bit too. But it's not too concerning. Is it already nighttime again? Can't see a darn thing. Oh, it's just overcast and rainy. See, like from this angle? I'm looking at the sun, so everything I'm looking at is directly in a shadow. I can't see anything. That is like, I don't want to have to strain my eyes while I'm playing a game like this. Because I feel like I do. Like, I have to completely strain my eyes a lot more than normal just to see what I'm doing here. I think that's right, but I can't see. It's freaking invisible. Okay, now I think it's dark enough to actually skip, but we'll see. There we go. I do have a couple legacy workbenches and pickaxes and swords. Dude, yesterday when I logged into my viewer world, I had legacy weapons on my character because I just haven't logged in on that world in so long. They're still literally on my character. And not only were they legacy weapons, it stopped after I logged out and logged back in, but I had the legacy models while I was logged in. So I was actually able to pull out the legacy molded sword and the legacy molded pickaxe and forest axe. And what was also weird is in the thumbnail, it was showing the brown for the axe and the silver for the sword. But when I actually held the sword in my hand, it was gold, bro. And then I log out and log back in, and they went to the brick built. But they were still legacy weapons, but they for some reason reverted from being the newer models. It was very odd. I still can't see a darn thing down here. Oh, that's okay, because we can just do that. We can just do... You'll never know. Wait, yes you will if it's not at the right height. Ta-da! Honestly, these are spots where I'm like, do I even add these parts? Because most of the time I'm not even... Like, when am I going to view the back of this part? Not often, but someone would eventually notice and give me grapes. All right. Now let's have our... The platform is very intricate, but that definitely adds to the depth of the build overall. Yeah, Jweed, I only use flying mode when I'm building. Like, right now I am in sandbox, so I'd be flying anyway. But yeah, like, on my expert mode, like, I can't fly unless I use the flying fish sandwich within a village limit. Which, again, that would just be used for building. But yeah, doing the double jump, glider, slide, double jump, glider, slide tech is, like, super quick. Okay. Here, we're going to plant our corners first. Oh, I don't have... Thought I had a thruster selected, but I forgot I logged out. So it reset the recents. Okay, so with these, we really want to do, like, the lights first, I think, before we fill in the other parts. Because that's the easier way to get them centered here. Although it won't end up being perfect, I can at least get, like, some sort of continuity here. It's like there, I feel like we just want to go in the middle of that one. And then that would be here between these two. Hello? Oh, that's. It looks like it's connecting. It's still one piece in. And then in the middle. Ah. And then here. I like the idea of just throwing them right under there. Oh, if I stay on this, I can actually do this a lot easier. It like locks in the nudge spacing that I already been using. Oh, reset it now. Dang it, not Windows key. Did I get that right? Yes, I did. Shing, sparkle, sparkle. And now for the fences. Now for here, I think to get it, we want it like 3 spaces away instead of just 2. And then I think that made things line up better. No, between there and there, I should actually just be able to do 2 spaces away, I think. Like that, and then I think that leaves me room for a whole other, or at least this one? Oh, I guess my math is wrong. Maybe if I do it 1 space away there. Like that. Then I think I can fit another one. Yeah, 1 space there. So then that should be the same going this way. So if we just leave 1 space, and then go to a 16. Space, 2 space. See, there'll be a little bit of a gap there, but it's fine. And then too close. I think we'll use 6 there, and then I think I should just be able to fit a 16. Oh no, they're way too close for that. Okay, so we'll do. Yeah, that'll work. It's not exactly like, you know, perfectly centered or symmetrical, but you got to pick and choose your battles here, you know? I think we did 2 between that one. Oh no, I guess I can make that one the same. So over on the other side, we did do it like that. perfect. And then that's too big for that. So there we just did, what, this? Plus that. That works. I forgot these are already upside down, so I don't even have to do part references. This should be right. I know I still got to wrap around the other side, but you guys think he likes Legos? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Could be the case. Could be the case. Yeah, that doesn't fit. Let's go small. There. Yo, Deadweight, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. And then I should be able to fit at least one of these here. I think if I move that over one more space, we should be able to fit both of them. There. Bah! Oh, clearly I have these ones. Oh, this one's supposed to be centered underneath this one, that's why. Might have made that a little inconsistent from the other side, but you won't even notice. That's good, and then we can change that to one of these. Beautiful! I didn't do the backside yet, did I? It's like the one side I haven't done yet. B-E-A, beautiful. Four, I won't be able to make an 8 work, so small, then 4. And then that should be the same for this corner. We start there, and then it should just be a 2 and a 4 to make 6. Beautiful. And then the last one is what? Like another 2 and a 4 probably. Beautiful, beautiful. I think we got all the edges there. Bing, boom, bing, bang, boom. Yo, what's up, J-Dub? How you doing today? Is it nighttime already? It is. At least it's a bright nighttime. Sometimes it's just really dark. Who's in that emote, J-Dub? Is that Shroud? Can't tell. It looks like Shroud. I could be wrong. I see it's a universal emote, but it doesn't say the name, like anything specific. But I'm like, looks like Shroud. All right, all right. I'm probably gonna break that because it's in the way. Yeah, it is. Okay. I know my streamers. Here, I'm gonna get this out of the way too. So I'll probably just put it up here. Out of the way. You're ruining the scene. I wish we had a different style bus stops. There was a lot of things I wish we had different styles for. Bus stops, map markers, and workbenches. Crafting benches at the very least. But like I've always said, it would be really cool if they gave us even different variations of the barn. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's a barn. It holds animals. But like, what if I want to put a barn into this city that like matches better, but it had the same functionality, right? Like it's, you know, Rebel Workbench, that's like a one-off, though. They wouldn't make multiple versions of that. But also even like village squares, depending on the biome you build it in. I wish it had like different level 10 looks depending on the biome you built it in. Like if you built a level 10 village in Ninjago, it would eventually, instead of being the llama head, it would be like a dragon head or something like that. That'd be pretty sweet. Oh, yeah, I have seen Ruby do that. I think I have seen their tutorial video on that by, like, putting different roof pieces and, like, making them into little teepees or something. We're getting there. Took me a whole, like, probably hour and a half. How long have I been streaming so far? 2.5 hours. I think I started right away, too, so... It takes time. Even when you know what you're building, it's just a lot of just making sure things are spaced out. And technically, this platform is a different shape than that platform, so I had to like center things and space things ever so differently than I did this one. Sorry, I got a text I gotta read real quick. 1 second. Beautiful. B-E-A. Beautiful. Not just the build. Alrighty, alrighty. Now I think we do the dock underneath. Similar to this one. Although I think... I guess I could... Because, like, here's the thing. I could end up moving this support beam out completely. So I can make... So like I did here. Like, I could have put a support beam there, but I left it out. So you had that, like, inlet type thing. So I could do the same thing. And what I'll do with this one is I'll probably make the dock enter through here and stick out a little bit here, like I did over there. And then it'll fill up most of this area in here and then go back here. And then I'll probably even end up taking out that support and then just having it kind of entrances from both sides. Whereas this only has an entrance from the left side, but it would be cool to see it sticking out there if I'm looking at it from this angle, and also sticking out right there if I'm looking at it from this angle. So let's go ahead and get that removed. I'm going to keep that there for now just so I can kind of see. I almost want the center, so that way I'm going like the center of this is where the center of that beam would be. So I kind of want to do the same thing, like wherever I do my entrance. I guess I could offset it a little bit to the left, but I kind of want it like pretty much right between those lights anyway, so somewhere around here. And then the other thing is we want it to be a little bit taller, a little bit baller. No. And I want to keep it consistent with, or I can use these are kind of cool. Because what I could also do, right, is we line that up there and then we go bing, bing, blah, 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 into the ground until it's like right there. Or even like here. And then we do one of these on top of it. Because that should, that might not leave us enough room. Maybe I will just do one step, because we're already 2 steps up from here anyway. So even if I just start with one of these normally. There wasn't a half wall version of that one, was it? No, there wasn't. So we'll just start with this one. There. Yo, Dave Skers with a party of 16 rating in. Let's go and welcome in. And thank you, Dave Skers. I appreciate it so much. You're a real one. Mr. Dave Skers. Is that the right spacing I wanted? I wanted to do it a little bit differently than I did the other one. I want that. No, that's... I want it one more space than that, even. So I think I want it to be, what? I want to have enough room. I kind of did it wrong here. You see how I have, like, a brown border going around this one? Oh, I guess this will be easy. I'll just... Why don't I think of that? Let's use that as a reference, and then... See, when you're off-grid like this, or you're on the 45-degree angle version of the grid, you really got to watch yourself. Oh, that's still wrong. I'm supposed to move it over. See, like, if I just place it here, do you see how it's not right? So you have to reference the piece you already placed by looking at it. And then you nudge it. And then it's on the right part of the grid. So, like, that's the spacing I want. Because we're also going to grab floors like this. So, essentially... we want that. Because this is also going to be the right spacing, because we only have 16 by 16, or like 16 wides, that is. So this is the 16, this is the 16, this is the 16. I have no 8s, 4s, or 12s, which really kind of pigeonholes you into like a certain type of way to design it, or to have it. So if, like, over here you can kind of see, it's not a big deal, but I made the mistake here. Technically, I could probably still even bump them out if I wanted to. If I bumped those out 2 more spaces, then I could have had the right line, but it makes the whole difference when you're going around a 16 block. I don't know, I'm probably not explaining it correctly, but it makes sense to me. So here, what I probably want to do is do something like this. Have it be like, have this one even go a little bit further. Or I can make it like more of an L shape, like kind of like I have there. And we'll have this be the shape, and it'll go out. So I'm going to say one more here. So then we kind of got that shape going. So now it's really easy to do all these. So we're going to snap. Also, for everybody that just joined through Dave Skur's raid, we're working. Yeah, work in progress here. We're chipping away at it. I started yesterday. And then today I got most of all of this built. Basically, I did this yesterday, and then I did the building on top today. And then we moved over to the other raised platform. And then, yeah, we're building brick by brick, or brick chunk by brick chunk. But you know what the deal is in this game. All right, so we're gonna have to get rid of you. Also, only remove these rice things as needed. See how you want these on the outside? If I were to put these on the inside underneath here, then you wouldn't have room from here to here to put another one. So, God, it's dark already. Yeah, exactly. It's actually, I haven't finished the other build I started a while back, but this is actually, like, this location is great. It's right across this other fantastic location that I started building in a while back. The only thing I like about this one better is it's less rice fields, like rice paddy fields, but like it has this sick natural bridge that spawned in right there, so it definitely added more aesthetic. But like this was a great spot as well. But this one over here has so much of the water that I'm like, I gotta build something raised on top of it, because there's like no real land to build on unless you're like over here and in the middle, which I probably still will build on at some point, but gotta start somewhere. What up, Devil Dog? Do 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 do. So we want, there was a corner one, there it is. See, now when we do the corner, again, it's on the outside. And then when we go back to this, boom. I mean, technically you could put this underneath, but then again, if you put all of them underneath, you just wouldn't have the right amount of room. Why does this misalign by one stud off when I turn it that way? Oh, I thought I was going to be able to keep that one. Oh, well. See, and inside corners will also goof you up, too. I kind of forgot about that. What other... I guess we have singles of those, which will work. But yeah, inside corners goof you up, too. There. See, now because that one makes this one stick out, watch. It won't be wrong, but I'll have to add... See, this is going to go out one more space than I intend before I add the corner. But one way we can solve that is just by taking another 16 and throwing it there. And then go into our corner, which isn't even going to show here. Is there a half version of that I can use that'll maybe show? Kinda. Yeah, that'll work. And then we go across with the 16. Wait, is there another snap point here I can use? No, it's just that one. Nudgy, 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 nudgy. Bop. Pretty much looks the same as the other corners. I like it. I like it a lot. There's a lot of workarounds you kind of got to learn to work around with, if you will. Oh, yeah, I already put the... I was like, what's going on there? I already put that piece there. And then this was just to line it up. I don't actually need that there. And then now we don't need those anymore because I got my entrance figured out. Okay. And I will be wrapping it up here in the next few minutes. I'm going to get a little bit of this more finished. I'll show you how I... So I guess I could add the same type of pieces. I like the idea of adding this as trim, though. Oh, I thought I did have a 4 for this. I do not. Unless it's just part of another set. Otherwise, we'll go to 12 instead, and then we should be able to fit an 8. And then we're good. And go back to 16s. Then it'll be a little weird here. Actually, no, we're good. Back to 12 here, because we already know what we're doing. Back to 16. So now we've got a border. On top of that, gives us more color contrast. And then on top of that, actually, I think if we use these corner pieces, it ends up giving us the perfect boom there. That's much better. Because now I can just go all the way across with these. Here's going to be a little different because this one will extend a little bit further past where we would want it to. So here we will go one of these, and obviously that would be the same. So we're going to go there. And then I think, depending on, can we... No, it's going to be a little odd if we do it that way. It'll be off. So we're just going to do 2 there. And then go back to the 16. And we'll leave a little gap right here. But we don't need that to meet in the middle. It already looks symmetrical enough for an inside corner. But then this should be able to extend to the edge. And then this corner piece gives us perfect space to go back to 16s again. Back to the small corner. And then back to the 16 again. We should be able to fit like 2 or 3 of these going back until we get to our inside corner. Perfect. And again, this one will be too long. It'll overlap. Like, right? So here, we're going to do the same pattern, which was a small guy there. And then, honestly, from here... I think it was like a 4 and then an 8. I think gets us perfectly to the edge here. Yeah, perfect. So then from here on, if I add another 16, like I'm going to, most likely, to get us figured out in here. kind of would like it there, but I don't know if that's going to make my spacing the right way or not. So now when we continue these out, we just add 16s. And then it should keep lining up with as far as we want to push it here. I think I'm going to turn it at some point here, so I'll just leave that open. And this is probably where we're going to call it for the day. Oh, good. I even made my planks face the same way between those two. Good job, Nathan. Okay. Beautiful. 2 days of work in the bucket. I don't want to say bucket. In the bag. Bucket makes it sound like trash, but no. In the bag. Calling it. And again, thank you, Dave Skurs, for the raid. But we're going to pay it forward. Who we got? I'm hungry. That's all I know. Streaming makes me so hungry, man. I think it's the talking. I think just talking, like just the air coming out of you, makes you hungry. We got Miss Dimples. Oh my God, so many good choices right now. We got Nomadic Justice. We got Breaking Cankles. We got Ms. Dimples. We got Spixie Lee. I think Cankles, because I don't see him on as much as I do the like Miss Dimples, Spixie, and some of the others. So we'll go over to Cankles.
Today.
Why can't I just copy the name without it accidentally clicking on the actual channel? Not that I don't want to click on his channel. I'm just trying to click it without the music or the sound going off. Who I'm sending you over to right now is Breaking Those Cankles, and he is a very dedicated player, similar to me. He's one of the only other people I know of, and I think his weapon collection at this point is a lot bigger than mine, because I think he started pushing for the expeditions weapons, like the pistols and the hammers and stuff. So I think his overall weapon museum collection is bigger than mine, but he is a very dedicated player. So great to watch, great to learn from. He knows a lot about the game. If you have any questions, you can always ask him, just as you would me, and he'll get you hooked up. So, that being said, I will see you guys maybe not tomorrow. I might have some middle of the day plans, but I'll try to stream for at least a short amount of time if I can. But I'll catch you guys the next time. And streams are probably going to be starting a little bit earlier than they normally have in the past, so just keep that in mind. Otherwise, guys, I'm out of here. Have a beautiful night, and I'll see you next time. Peace. And for my TikTok people, I just ended on Twitch, but if you'd like to come join me on Twitch, that would make me very happy, if you don't mind. Drop a follow on Twitch and catch me the next stream on Twitch as opposed to TikTok. But if you like TikTok too, that's fine. I won't pull your ear on that. But I also have YouTube available. Same username on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. I stream on all three simultaneously whenever you see me live. You can find me on any of the channels. Same exact username, Epic Bricks, which also happens to be my creator code, which I forgot to plug to the Twitch people. They know it. They know what the deal is. Creator code Epic Bricks in the item shop. That's Epic with a K, just like my username. If you're grabbing, and that also counts for Lego passes. And if you buy Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight through Epic Games, it also gives you the opportunity there to type in a creator code. So that also helps out a lot. But if you're grabbing any Lego passes, battle passes, item shop items, feel free and much appreciated if you do. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great night, everybody. I'm out of here.